All right, welcome back to Lightbulb Chats. My Nick Matua debate. He more or less walked all over me. Well, for the prompt was, is it a genocide in Gaza right now? And I've done a fair amount of research. It's been in front of everybody's eyes for an extended period of time. And the hardest part, did I give an intro? My goal is to come up with the best solutions, not necessarily say who is wrong or right, but agreeing on the history so we can figure out what the best solution is. So when it comes to, I got my notes here. When it comes to genocide, the way he was able to defend it against everybody else that has attacked him or has said this is what it is, it's specialis intent. So it needs to show through verbal and actions that there was their intent to wipe out I believe it's a nation, a religious group, ethnic. And there's one other one I have somewhere on my notes. This was like a week and a half ago. I've already forgot all this stuff. Not all of it, but where it was. And his argument was there's two people in the party that have said some things, but that doesn't really work that way. And Hitler himself, everything that he was saying was not enough to qualify it under the ICJ as a genocide. There had to be things that stayed along, that also confirmed that was their goal, to wipe out a group of people. Also, the size does not matter. There's genocides that I think it was like 8,000 to 9,000 people, and the women and children were displaced. So the goal was to get rid of it. It doesn't have to be a 50%, it doesn't have to be 60%. Right now, we're looking at 3% civilians. He's able to move that number around, so I didn't want to argue with him about it. But we had 73,000 deaths, 20,000 Hamas, 170,000 injured, and 2 million displaced. That gives more credence to my argument. Still an extremely high bar, and the ICJ is going. So South Africa, let me just look at my notes so we're not all over the place. So my framing was, when you go into the court of law, the oppressor is not asked, is this what you meant to do? So all of his arguments of, well, we put out pamphlets, or we attacked them where there would be the least amount of civilian casualties, or we did this, or we did that. All of those things, regardless of what your intent at the moment is, because you can say whatever you want, if you have continued, this is where I have my notes, continued conduct, patterns, statements, policies, and repeated actions and foreseeable consequences, all of those things are continuously happening. So it's not like we blew up this building and killed a couple hundred kids, and that's not a good example because it hasn't happened in those ratios. The serious amount of deaths from children and civilians are continuously happening, and there are foreseeable consequences for the drone attacks, for the Big Daddy policy, where they wait for them to go home and then they bomb the building or the house. In the court of law, it can be seen that those are special intent, because the oppressor does not get to decide, well, I wasn't trying to ethnically cleanse them, but it just happened that way. So the intent, I believe that I proved. I felt like it did a great job on that one. The podcast I was on said I had needed to be a little bit stronger on my finish there, but he asked me, do I believe it was a genocide? And I flubbed up. I should have said, yes, I believe it's a genocide. I feel like it's a very high bar, and I showed from this, and this that it is a genocide. But if you, maybe I'll put a clip in here that I just panicked, and I think I said it was a genocide, but it was a bad response on my part. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't have all the answers. I'm working towards them, so we can work positively in the direction for America and just people around the world, rather than just arguing about people being dumb.